Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is Benjamin Paris. Welcome you back to the Cherry Creek Sports Network for the first time since February, I believe, when it was girls basketball season. But here we are outside at Cherry Creek High School getting ready for some boys tennis. It's Cherry Creek and Regis Jesuit, first and second in the state from the 2019 season. It's looking like it is a state championship preview, and we're very excited about this match. On the Creek side this afternoon, we have Kirill and Christian Kostadinov for Regis here for one doubles, Andy Scholing and Grigor Karakalin. What do you think we have in store this afternoon for this match between two great rivals in Colorado?
Be a close one here today. It truly is a preview of the state finals. Hopefully, it's a bit windy out here, so we're gonna have to take that into account as we watch these guys play. But I think overall, it's gonna be a really solid match.
So we're in for a good one. Teams will be warming up right in front of us. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Benja Paris, Cooper Angel back at you here from Cherry Creek. Cooper, getting ready for a match between, we have a sophomore and a freshman from Cherry Creek, Kirill and Christian, who are obviously brothers, same last name, and Andy and Grigor over from Regis, a junior and a senior. So last season, Kirill with the different partner was able to defeat Grigor, who also had a different partner at the time, but this is pretty much half of a state championship rematch. How much aggression do you think these teams have towards each other as we get underway right now?
I think there's a decent amount. I mean, the most notable thing you can see on the court is just the size difference between these two teams. So you're going to expect one side, the left, Regis, to be a lot more aggressive, a lot more powerful, and maybe Creek, I'm not quite sure how they play quite yet, but maybe a little bit more tentative and patient.
So here we go. Looks like we are underway. We have 4 doubles games going on in front of us. We're broadcasting the first one in front of you once again. Kirill, Christian Kostadinov, Andy, and Grigor from Regis.
Served just long on that one. Beautiful dropper there.
So it looks like that Andy's will land just inside the baseline. And there's
beautiful shot. Just the right amount of pace, just the right amount of finesse to get it over Schilling there.
So the Bruins are on the board. So once again, we are looking at the teams that finished 1 and 2 respectively at state this year. We're going to expect something similar. Cherry Creek was also supposed to play the 3rd team in the state last week in Valor Christian. That match rather got postponed due to the weather. It's going to be played next week. And here we go.
Hard serve up the middle, just long again. Double fault there, see the point.
So when we look at the match as a whole, you got 7 matches going on, 3 doubles, the 3 singles, the 4 doubles. How important do you think this doubles match will be to overall?
Beautiful shot by Kirill there to the right. Well, I think every match is important, but you know it's good to see the good variety of tennis out here, getting to see everybody play. Different skill sets, obviously, but both really, really solid teams.
Here we go.
I believe it's love 40.
Bruins are going to try to finish out game 1 right here. Game 1 of set 1. And the serve.
That's a beautiful ace. Schilling there. Nothing you can do about that one.
And that'll bring us to 15-40.
Not quite sure about that. I think it may be 15-30 here. Another great serve up the middle. You can hear the Regis players communicating before they serve about which way they want to go with the ball. See if Creek can respond.
Fault there. We'll do it again here from Regis.
Good return, way to get the ball just back there. That's what they needed to do after those couple of aces.
So Bruins just trying to get a feel, build some momentum early on here in game number 1.
Just trying to stay consistent, not do too much with it, I think.
So early on into the match.
Just wide up the middle. And a double fault there. Closes out the first game, Cherry Creek. Oh, no. I'm not quite sure what the score is.
got a little bit of an impromptu stop. We'll be on top of that as soon as game 2 begins. But
Yeah.
as far as right now, the best of our ability, fault there from Regis.
Yeah, just not quite enough there on that one, on that return. Honestly, he was pretty lucky that it was returned at all. Looked like it was going long.
I think that might have been probably the longest rally we've seen yet, and that was really just 2 or 3 hits on each side.
Yeah, that's a good point. Not very much momentum building for either side here quite yet.
There's the return from Kirill.
That's a beautiful volley. Good hands at the net to be ready for that one. Could see both of the.
Great play by Christian. As we're still trying to figure out where game 1 stands.
Tell he's much more aggressive on the deuce side. Working to get that ad for their team is what I think he's trying to do. Now I think it's going to be advantage Regis. Just wide again. Another double fault there. Send us back to deuce. Long first game here.
Absolutely, yeah. Another deuce. Both teams still trying to get a feel and build some momentum.
You know, these games take a toll on you by the end of the match. You have, 5, 6 games that run long, 5, 6 deuces per game. It really takes a toll on you towards the end. So for Regis to be struggling to win this first service game for them could be an indicator for the rest of the match.
How do you think that a lot of deuces could compare to overtimes in other sports?
I don't know about that. I would say tiebreakers are more like
Overtime. Yeah.
overtime.
More just that you're playing, a lot of extra time that really only equates in 1 point.
Yep. Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on it. It's starting to get warmer as well. Sun's coming out, so we'll see how that affects the players. And that's going to be just long there. Backhand just long across court. Both teams struggling to finish out this game here.
So we're still early on here in game 1. I guess we're late into game 1, but early in the match. Pretty long game 1.
Unable to return the serve there.
Bruins are having some trouble, trying to build some momentum. And once again, we keep saying it, we're still in game 1, but haven't seen a lot of deep rallies as of yet.
Well, they're a lot weaker on the deuce side with that return. So they're struggling to put that ball back in play in the first place. So, got to start the point somewhere. Maybe just take it down a notch on the return. That's long.
And that one will be long from
And that's game 1.
Kirill. So, game 1 will go to the Raiders.
Regis manages to hold after that long battle there. Let's hope that Creek can be a little bit more efficient on the serving end.
So after a rather long game 1, we're getting ready for game 2 here in set 1. Again, I want to thank you for joining us Our first broadcast in a very long time. Pretty much just due to the pandemic, but we're happy to be back with you in a fall that's going to be unlike a fall we've ever had before. So happy that we can bring you boys tennis for the first time ever on CCSN.
Taking a rather long break here for the first game. Maybe a little bit of a stall tactic by each team, get a little bit extra rest.
So Christian will begin serving for the Bruins.
Set out pretty wide on that lane there. See if we'll go out wide to the other side. Tries to play a little conservative there, gets punished for it. Got to make a little bit more of that approach.
So Regis will take the early 15-love advantage here in game 2. Looks like he's a little bit less wide this time. And that'll be long.
It's, you know, and this is what I was talking about at the beginning of the match. These guys don't really have the size to put down the hammer on that serve, so they're really going to have to work on placing it so that Regis can't slap the ball right back at him and win the point immediately.
That could just have to do with the statute. You have 2 lowerclassmen in Cherry Creek against 2 upperclassmen.
See, a good serve there. He didn't try to do too much with it, but he put it somewhere where Schilling wasn't going to be comfortable.
So a fall there as he misses on the near side.
It's a beautiful return there. A little off his back foot, but manages to power it back over.
So I believe we have 30 all coming up now.
So that serve gets that nice little jump there at the end of that bounce. Puts a little bit up high, makes him a little uncomfortable, and makes him push it long.
So it looks like the Bruins will have a game point coming up.
We really tried to rocket that one back there. Really went for it. Bruins are pretty lucky that one didn't go over.
So there you go. Cherry Creek with the response after Regis takes game 1. Cherry Creek will take game 2 here in set number 1.
It's a much better start for Creek. Much better start for Creek to not have to really battle for that first service game. They get off relatively easy, get back on the attack, try and get a break here. Sorry. Who won that first point? I was watching the second court.
This could be Regis. It is 15-love Regis.
Pretty aggressive serve there. That one's long. Can feel a lot of tension out on these courts. You know, every shot counts. Nobody's happy to see themselves miss, but you get the feeling that everybody's a little happy to see their opponent miss a shot.
I think that's the nature of one of 2 top contenders in the state, but as well, any single time these 2 teams get together, and no matter what sport it is, I mean, there's, you know, not much more than handshakes at the end of the game.
No. Keep it brief. You know, Regis, traditionally, Creek doesn't play Regis during the tennis season. They've had so many problems. It's the first year they're kind of introducing it back.
Of course, the season's limited this year. Cherry Creek has a very, very stacked schedule. And once again, we're playing, you know, two of the top three teams in the state, excluding themselves in Regis and Valor. You know, a hard schedule during the regular season.
You know, yeah. I think that a lot of the rankings aren't necessarily accurate. I think there's, from these two teams, Valor is pretty good, and you know I hate to say it, but I think that beyond that, the competition is pretty thin for these bigger schools.
So as we take a look at the schedule, you know, all Regis have played this year is Heritage, Ponderosa,
See ya.
Naiwan, and Fairview. So, you know, both the teams are 4-0 in V1 matches, but, you know, they've big drive there.
Creek just getting outplayed on this first court here, not being quite aggressive enough, just giving it to Regis right where they like it. Starting to glance across the spread here at the different courts. It's starting to get the sense that Creek is getting a little bit down on themselves, struggling a little bit. Oh, and that is a beautiful return there, right down the line. Oh, man. Whew.
Made that one close. That was beautiful. We take a look, but in the four matches Cherry Creek has played, you know, they're 28-0. They've won 7-0, 7-0. Regis can be 27-1. They've gone 7-0, 7-0, 7-0, and then they play Niwot 6-1. So both these teams undefeated to this point in all matches except for one. And you know, only one team can win today.
Yeah, it's certainly fierce. And that was a great serve there. Caught the edge of the line and pulled him way off the court. So pretty quick serving game there for Regis. See if Creek can respond here. Solid hold.
So here in set one, Regis Jesuit will take the 2-1 lead. You can see Christian Carrillo here on the near side. He certainly looked tired.
I think they're doing all right. Pretty early on.
But yeah, game two went by pretty easy for Creek, but for these game one and game three, they've gone pretty deep.
Yep, I mean, fighting for every point and not giving anything to each other easy. It's the nature of these two teams, especially when they're facing each other.
So Carrillo will serve now for the Bruins.
Let's see what he can get started here. Want to make this a quick and easy game. Nothing comes quick and easy between these two teams, so that's for sure. Beautiful sequence there. Really aggressive on the serve. Christian ready at the net with his hands.
Great response there. 15-love. Fault there.
Beautiful forehand stroke back across court there. Not trying to do too much, just keep the point going, hoping to make his opponent commit an error instead of him. Ooh, that was a close call there.
Just say it was long, but yeah, certainly close.
No computer review here at Cherry Creek High School.
one's going to be long.
Beautiful arching serve there. Really getting that kick up to Schilling's backhand. You can tell it's kind of his weaker spot when it comes to returns.
So that will be another game for the Bruins. I believe we're at 2-2 here in the or in the first set, rather.
Yeah, that's correct. Looks like our two doubles team back there is struggling quite a bit. Down 0-5 in the first set.
So yeah, Braden and Nate, the two captains of this team, both seniors. Might be able to see parts of their match on the court behind this one.
Schilling misses his first serve. Christian just missing that return. Got to stay focused here. Can't let the last shot affect you, and especially for that second court match, can't let that first set take control of you and just blow the rest of the match. Happens all too often. Got to stay tough. Got to keep going.
How do you think that the doubles differs from singles, how you can kind of just regroup with a partner after every point and, you know, you're not just leaving thoughts in your head?
Yeah, well, you know, it's actually, it's tough, too, because you're thinking about another person, you're a team, you're working together, so if one of you gets frustrated, you know, got to be there for each other, calm each other down. It's a beautiful lob there by Christian. Nice low.
Schilling can return it well.
Yeah, that was perfectly placed. Perfect height.
So Schilling will try to regroup here.
Pretty solid turnout here today. A lot of people.
It's really only one of two sports you can watch this fall besides softball, because not a lot of people going to cross country or golf. But also, yeah, all things considered for Cherry Creek, when you look at other sports, quite the turnout indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, looks like everybody's doing an okay job of keeping distance from each other.
Yeah,
so.
we have distance. We got masks on everybody here. It's a Centennial League requirement at all their events to wear masks. As a spectator, of course.
Oh, what a beautiful
Well
return.
placed, wow.
Well placed. I think Creek is taking control of this game here. They might be up 40 love. Court 2 looking to regroup.
Great serve by Braden there, but kind of get over the net on his return.
Thinking to himself, maybe he should let that one go. Looked like it had some juice to it. Oh, man.
That was a powerful serve.
Rocket from Schilling.
Wow,
Yeah,
another one right back to back. It's the first time I've really seen that on this court this afternoon.
Yeah, a little aggression, a little speed in the game now. Seems like both teams are kind of not playing as hard as they want to, trying to get a feel for each other here in these first few games.
Fault there. I believe it's 40-15 now. 15-40 rather. Wow.
Miss hit there. Not much you can do about that. Happens to the best of us. Keep going, look for the next point.
So 30-40 is where this game stands. Game 4. 2 games apiece for Regis and Cherry Creek.
Oh, man, another doozy up the middle from Schilling. Really want to fight for this game, not let the Bruins take this upper hand in this first set.
The second half of this set, I think Bruins got up, 40 love, and then Schilling has turned it on ever since. And I think it's a deuce now.
Yeah. tell. Two doubles really frustrated on that court.
Fault there for Regis.
Oh, and what a dig
Some
by
great,
Christian.
what great
really
hands.
quick
Wow.
hands, man. You can't teach that.
Advantage to Cherry Creek here. So they're trying to take their first lead of the match. Otherwise, they've been playing catch-up to Regis, so chance for Cherry Creek to take over. Here we go, advantage to the Bruins on this game point. Fault there.
Miss hit.
And that'll hit the net. Some frustration from Grigor, and the Bruins will take that game.
No, that was deuce. So
Oh,
um
wow, looks like, sorry, that's my bad, miscounted.
yeah, no, you're all right. So now Creek has the opportunity
Advantage.
to win this game here.
Apologies there for those of you at home.
Long on that. Really still going for it though.
And it'll be another deuce.
Really struggling with that backhand there. Just got to put it back in play, get the point started, and you can fight for it from there. Let's go.
So they're at court two, looking like they're just looking to regroup before they head on to their next game. Back over here at court one, we got a deuce. Schilling with another serve.
Beautiful. Perfect shot to hit right there. He knows the softer serve is coming, lines it up with his forehand, and picks a direction and executes. Absolutely stunning.
So the Bruins with the advantage once again, trying to take game 5 here.
Not out. Looked like it was just wide. Man, that would have been tough to get if it had gone in though, huh? A lot of spin on that ball.
He moved very far to his left, did Kirill. Oh, that one's long. So we'll go to another deuce.
Another deuce. And you see in that point, he knows he's been struggling with his backhand a lot. So he switches over, moves a lot to hit that forehand. Works out for him the first couple times, but just can't finish with it. Two doubles looking like they got some new spirit in them back there, too. That's what we like to see. Oh, man, the hands again. Beautiful sequence there. Staying consistent. Trying not to make the first mistake.
So Bruins with the advantage for the 3rd time now in this game.
Hoping to close this one out. Dragging on a little bit longer than they would like it to, but I'm sure that's even more so the case for Regis over there.
Looking very similar to set number 1, or game number 1 rather.
See Braden on the second court just absolutely ripping the ball, feeling himself. Morgan goes big on the first. Look to see a lot of spin on the second serve here. And a really lucky shot there. Schenk got it right over Regis's head.
And there will be a game for the Bruins, so they'll take their first lead. It is 3-2 now in set number 1. So as we head to game 6, the Bruins are now ahead. So now Regis will have to do a little bit of catching up after the Bruins had to initially for the first 5.
You know, Regis taking a second to talk it over with their coach back there. Creek not feeling the same pressure.
It's like some tension is off a little bit as the teams are beginning to find their stride here. So we're about halfway through our first set. And now you're really seeing some energy out of the two doubles.
Looking to get fired up over there. They want this. They want this bad. Oh, Nate, really aggressive off the serve back there. Oh, that was a beautiful sequence by Nate Hendon right there. My goodness.
Two doubles is looking like they've really picked up the pace.
Absolute animal at the net that guy is. I'll tell you that much.
It's now CCSN's very own Nate Hendon as of last week.
Oh.
You could tell he was feeling that serve though.
Yeah, I mean, they gave him a gift. I think that first serve that he hit was long anyway, so.
You could really tell he's feeling it out there. So here we go, game number 6 upcoming for the Bruins. Big game here.
Crucial for the Bruins to hold this first game off the break. They don't want to just give it right back. They want to cement their lead and start working towards winning that set.
So Christian serving once again. First time he served, the Bruins did indeed win the game in game 2 after Regis jumped out to the 1-0 lead. 15 love. What a backhand. Wow, that's 30 love for the Bruins. An excellent backhand.
Terrell reaching up to get that one. My goodness. It's like we got the Bryan brothers out here.
So here comes Christian. Fault there. Ooh, just long.
Ooh, just long. Really aggressive on the return. Not much he could do when he caught it, kind of got caught right on the baseline there. Not moving his feet quite enough.
30-15 now.
Wow.
Well, what a response right at the net.
Oh, my goodness.
40-15 now for the Bruins.
Saw how he worked out last time he let that ball go to the baseline. Decided to cut that one off that time.
40-15 here. Game point. Game number 6 to take the 4-2 lead. Just
great serve there. Did all he needed to do, not too much.
So there you have it.
Creek holds. Not taking the opportunity to change out the balls here.
So Bruins, first time a team has won 2 games in a row. They got the 4-2 lead now. And you're seeing some emotion now over from two doubles.
That's what you like to see. Players fired up about the game.
So Grigor now to serve for Regis. Down 4-2 in set 1. And that one will be long. Wow, what a serve there on court number 2.
Wow.
Tried to meet him at
Regis
the net. Didn't pay off.
stepped into that backhand there. That was pretty bold. Griever needs to hold this game. Got to keep it close. Not much you can do about that. Schilling takes a nice step to cut that one off of the net. Put it right at Christian's feet.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's 15 all.
Yeah, I believe that. That's it.
Third 15 now. We're just trying to build some momentum. Down 2 games.
Griever taking his time with that serve there, not trying to let Creek get any momentum going here, stopping it up a little bit.
So now 40-15, Regis an opportunity to strike back.
Gonna take more than them to just hold this game, though. They're gonna have to come back in this next game and really make a statement against Creek serve. So
Fault there for Grigor.
oh man, what a beauty. Clips the edge of the line.
Would have loved to see on the computer how close that was. Fortunately not in our budget here at CCSN. 40-30 now. And on court 2, that is at least 2 games in a row for Nate and Braden that they've won. Not sure where that match stands right now. You can try to find out.
I think Creek is up 3-1. I think they just broke Regis. Ooh, and a lucky bounce off the tape.
40 all now. So once again, I think all of our sets, except for maybe 1 or 2, have gone into a deuce.
Creek says no apologies for that one. We'll take every point we can get.
So if Creek can find their way out of this deuce on top, can really, really build some momentum, look to win the game.
Ooh, and that's a really tough serve by Grigor.
What a return.
But he gets the return. Oh. No jump? Where was the jump on that one?
I mean, it's the vertical. We know the vertical's there. Christian's just got to show it off.
Just got to go for it. Two doubles of Creek, really turning on the Jets this set.
So I think it is advantage to the Raiders here. Still try to win this game.
Oh, so they're going same side serve. New bold strategy, looking to be a lot more aggressive at the net. Bites him in the butt there, though, I'll tell you what. Oh, no. Calling the serve out, so they're going to replay that.
After all that,
his brother, wish he kept quiet.
Grigor comes all the way to the near side against the fence just for that.
That was also long. I'm not going to call it.
Yeah, hit the net. So Regis does indeed strike back. It is 4-3, still in favor of the Bruins. What do you just say about those judgment calls when you're playing, you know? Just the courtesy aspect, I guess, but you also really do want to win.
Oh man. Well, it's going to be entirely different in a match like this as you see two doubles getting really passionate about that game there.
They've
Maybe a
won
little
now 3 in a row, I think.
maybe a little displeasure from the parents section there with the celebration, but it is what it is. They're doing what they're doing. Really close on this first court here though. Showing a lot of emotion out here.
So once again, thank you for joining us. First broadcast of 2020, fall 2020, I guess, the 2020-21 school year. We picked a pretty good one, didn't we?
Yeah, we sure did.
4-3 first set for the Bruins. What other thoughts you have?
We're gonna see. These are long matches. You just saw it with the second match on. The momentum can switch, in the blink of an eye. So nothing's over until that last ball. Never know what's gonna happen.
So 4-3 now. Bruins serve. It's gonna be Kirill this time. Man, imagine playing with your brother, your younger brother, after winning your state bracket last year. What do you think goes through these guys' heads when they're playing together?
Oh man, they must just have some sort of bizarre chemistry, just Neuralinked or something like that.
It's genetic.
Do you know who the Bryan brothers are?
Yes.
Yeah, they just retired the other day. You see that?
Yeah, I did.
This is their replacement.
The up and coming.
Oh.
That one was awfully close.
Are they going to give it to him? I think they are. I think it clipped the corner a little bit. A little quick, a little skid for them to see, but
it's hard to see the split-second decision, especially because, there's no refs out here. Other sports, you look to see if a foot's inbound, what gets there first, but...
Oh, man. Oh. That's tough for Creek. Not a very smart point. Creek could have won that point about twice, but chose to keep it going. Ooh, big serve. Big serve from Kirill there.
It pays off.
Catches Grigor off guard, forces him to take that short swing and just can't get through and over it quite enough.
So here comes Kirill once again. The nature of high school tennis, you got to grab other courts' balls.
Yeah, it's a communal sport. Everybody gets on each other's nerves, even your teammates. Oh.
Some great touch there by Kirill.
Bates shilling into taking that bigger shot than he needed to. Those are the most frustrating, where you did too much. Could have done a little less, gotten a better result.
It was kind of an awkward distance from the net to go for that big shot. Man, it was hard to control it, but he'll just sail it through the court.
He's getting outsmarted a little bit here by Creek. Schilling's playing, and he's playing right at the middle of the baseline, or between the baseline and the service line, so he's gonna get caught in those tough positions if he keeps playing that. Got to pick a lane, stay back or go up. Can't have both.
So the Bruins get one back. It's 5-3 now. The Bruins have a chance to put set one away right here coming up. And they actually have 2 opportunities, 2 games in a row where they could do it. Just long.
Schilling going big.
What do you think goes through his mind when he tries to take those gambles, and now in the second one he almost has to settle?
Well, that's the nature of the first and second serve. If you're feeling it, you go all out on the first, and then the second. You totally adapt those shots differently. Pretty standard flat power on the first, and then a lot more spin-oriented placement in the second. It's higher percentage shot on that second serve. That's what you're always going for.
So 15-11 now. beautiful Monday afternoon.
Turned out quite nice, huh? Managed to dodge all the rain.
Yeah, clouds got right through us. Looks like they're moved to the east.
See, that was all about placement. Spinned him, pulled him way off the court, made it so he couldn't get quite the return he wanted. Made it easy pickings at the net for Grigor.
It's 30 love now for Regis Jesuit. I always say that. It's great. You know, a lot of people out here today because we don't have to go to school on Mondays anymore.
Yeah, I mean, wish I did all my stat homework before I came, but
Try to get some chem work done before I came as well. Looks like that's gonna turn into a night activity.
how's it feeling for you? I mean, sports are obviously different, but school?
You know, school's
Oh, and a beautiful
Wow.
shot by Christian there.
worked
Oh
really.
my goodness.
I think it worked really well for me in the spring. Work at your own pace, but I feel it's a lot of busy work. As far as sports go, though, you know, obviously I'm around, especially during the fall, I'm around sports and everything's centered around football during the fall. But it's nice, you know, it's a change of pace. It's a great story. I'm happy I'm in high school right now.
Oh, really?
You know, getting to live through
Makes
this is
one of us.
getting to live through this is pretty cool. Guess I'm just lucky because, you know, I hope that my senior year will still turn out normal.
Yeah.
It looks like the Principal Silva's joined us here on court number 1.
Indeed, he has.
Wow.
Same thing they did earlier, pulling him out, forcing him to hit down the line. Not much of an option there, and then just finishing it off at the net. Oh. What a crack by Nathan Hendon on that serve. Oh my goodness.
Those guys are really, really feeling it now. They have turned it on.
They're eating. Oh,
Great placement there.
maybe a little bit of a miss hit. Gives him the nod of, you know, my bad. Hendon on the second court, really struggling with the serve. Needs to do a lot less with it.
He's trying to put a lot into it. Yep.
He's going for too much. It'll bite you. See, going big again on that one. Not there. And again,
Ooh.
identical. Same exact thing.
Just moving it. So Regis takes another one back. It is 5-4. So Creek has one more chance to win this before the win by 2 will have to come into effect.
Yeah, all they need to do here is hold serve. Nothing too big, nothing too fancy. Just execute.
And they really haven't been too
And a
fancy with the
bomb
serves
with
today.
Nathan on the second court, man. Oh my goodness. It's in or it's out, but if it's in, it's not coming back.
He and Braden, you know, you can just tell they love each other's presence. But
Yeah.
wow.
Maybe not so much in the first set. Coming out a little bit more in the second set, though. Regis taking another second to talk it over with their coach. Creek has not exercised the same right a single time this match.
You love to see it, especially from younger players, just not overthinking it or anything. Just you love to see
and a
it.
beautiful, beautiful serve by Nate Hendon to finish that game out.
Nate is feeling it. So Bruin serve, I think it's Carril's, if I remember correctly. Nope, I lied. Christian with the serve for the Bruins.
See if he can finish out this set here.
But I think he's won every game that he's served so far.
Creek has not been broken yet, no.
And it will be 15 love.
You know, that's a good return. That's a good choice. Christian is pushing in towards the net. They put it low at his feet. He just manages to scoop it out real easy.
Oh, he just kept that inside the serve box. Oh.
Losing
15
that
all.
point, but you got to note, like, Christian and Carell here are really playing to their strength. They know they're not going to be able to win off the serve, so they're just putting the serve in, coming to net where they're strongest, and trying to win their way.
15 all. Here comes Christian once again. I'll do it over. Another point there for the Bruins, 30-15.
Creek really going for it on that second court. Hopefully they don't lose a game and lose their sense, you know. Everybody out here's just got to play their game, not outplay themselves. Make your opponent lose.
Lots of spin on that ball.
Just long, just long. That's a tough volley to miss.
30 all here as the Bruins are going to try to put set one away. They have the opportunity to end this game. So Regis has been playing from behind since we're tied at 2. We sit now at 5-4.
Really smart serve there.
And now
really
a
smart.
Game point coming up for the Bruins, 40-30.
Seems like Nate could learn a couple things from Christian here on the first court. Just put the ball in.
So here we go, game point.
Oh.
Oh. Well, you guessed it. We got a deuce coming up.
Just wide on that one. Pretty smart point by both teams there, but Schilling coming out of the gate with that forehand. Grigor really struggling on the return here, making it easy for Creek to get that upper hand going into the next point.
So another advantage to the Bruins. They're trying to put set one away right now.
Schilling way too aggressive on that. First set goes to the Bruins.
And there you have it. Christian lets out a let's go. And it is set number one goes to Cherry Creek. So 6-4 is the final here in set number one. See what Regis will do to strike back here set two. We're back at 0-0. So as the teams take a break, we will as well. We'll take a quick break here on CCSN. Set number two underway. Bruins take the Love 15 lead to start it. And joining me now, you know it, it is Matt Weiss on the mic. Weiss, what do you think of that first set? Bruins take it 6-4.
You know, it was a neck-and-neck battle. It was just epitomizes the spirit of the rivalry between these two schools. And
Wow.
It was a lot of back and forth. It felt like Creek had a lot of momentum there early on when they went up 3-2, and then Regis battled back, and then obviously Creek dug deep. You know, this Creek team, along with the Regis team, they're definitely able to compartmentalize and rebound, and it was fun to watch both of them, but I was proud of those Creek boys for pulling that out.
So Schilling there just with a big one. It makes it 15 all here. Game number 1 of set 2. We saw a lot of deuces and a lot of deep games in that first set. How much do you think that's going to matter when we get, to game 4, game 5, game 6 of this set?
I mean, I think it matters a ton, especially, I mean, the sun feels like it's getting hotter at the moment. It was kind of cool when the match started. So as far as endurance and some of what these guys have been doing during the off season before they knew they were having a season might come out to play a little bit. Nice lob over the big guy.
30-15 the Bruins. I think Regis might have made a play there that they didn't have to make. Looks like one of Creek's balls might have sailed out, but the height of Andy Schilling got the better of him there, and it cost him once he got another return. So 15-30 now in favor of the Bruins.
Sure is great to be broadcasting, watching you guys do your thing, but also just the spirit of sports back here on the friendly confines of Cherry Creek.
So 30 all double bounce there on the Creek side. Yeah, there's a lot. I don't know if I've ever seen this many people at a tennis match at Cherry Creek.
I was talking with our cameraman, Gus Zelinkus, a little bit about that. They're definitely, it rivals what a normal day would look like here versus two big teams. You know, obviously there's no fall sports happening. There was no school today. Some people aren't exhausted at the end of the day to go home. So there's a nice little showing here. Obviously 2 guests per player.
There's the beauty, of even though a revamped fall season, I mean, there's definitely some pros to it along with the cons. I think that's a double fault there for Regis. But yeah, when you think about the pros, I think you're cutting half the sports that are played in the fall. Stuff like not having school on Monday. A lot more people can go to stuff on Mondays. I think softball has a game today. Boys golf is hosting their invite today. So a lot of fans out at those events.
Including our executive producer, Ben Paris, out at golf.
Was at golf this morning. First time, so get this, first time one CCS has ever covered a golf tournament. Number 2, our first ever tennis broadcast. It is 2 firsts in one day.
It's pretty spectacular on the 31st of August 2020 to have those silver linings.
Some anger there from Andy. Looks like the Bruins take game 1.
You know, and what you asked earlier, that mental stamina and endurance is a piece of the pie, and watching Andy a little bit here, if he can't gather himself, that becomes a factor too. Not that they're both not immune to that, but
And quite frankly, that's like a theme of the fall, because if you take really the 3 sports, tennis, golf, and cross country, it's really just about sports in general, about just who can make the best adjustments. In like football, you have timeouts, offense, defense only on the field half the time. It's about making adjustments, but in these sports, you're not taking timeouts, and you have to do these things on the fly.
Yep, exactly. And obviously this is doubles, but still it's a relatively individual game, and you don't have 4, 10, 9 other players out there to kind of help you get that momentum back a little bit, and so it's a different type of mental strength for sure.
Absolutely.
Which I don't have on the golf course like you, Ben.
Oh, I don't either. Trust me. Girl to serve now. And that's going to be a let, so ball came over. They're going to do it again. Fault there. One more chance for Creel here. 3rd time he'll be serving after the let and the fault. And there's a double fault, so 15, love 15 rather.
So 2 doubles. Looks like the first set went to Creek.
That's right. Got behind early, but they've really turned it on. You can see it from their emotions. Oh, some great touch there. Then a big hit by Grigor will get Regis the point. So love 30 now. And the Bruins on the board here in game number 2.
Set. Set 2.
Set 2. That's right. Game 2 of set 2. It's another one 30 all. The Bruins are going to try to take 2 advantage here in game 2 of set 2 after they win the first one.
Oh,
Great
nice.
serve there by Kirill. It's 40-30 now. We talked about that first serve earlier, first serve, second serve. First one really paid off there.
Grieger there, caught a little flat-footed.
Call that one long. We'll do it again. 40-30, another game point for the Bruins.
Oh,
Ooh, that was close. Really good touch there. And it's been the theme all day. We got a deuce coming up. Big shirt there. Great return by Christian. And there's the first time we've seen a big, powerful play by Christian today. Advantage to the Bruins. They'll try to put away game 2.
oh, that was a nice back and forth, but put it right in the breadbasket for him to slam it there.
So yet another game point here for the Bruins. That one will be long. Well, couldn't get it over, so we'll go back to a deuce.
Little side note, looking at everybody's tennis shoes a little bit here. I think I got to give best tennis shoes on the court today to Braden.
I'm looking at those too. Those really stood out to me. What a play there
Great serve.
by the Bruins.
Same spot actually as his first ace earlier in the game.
There from Krill, so another advantage to the Bruins. They're going to try to put away one more time. Ooh, fault there. Wow, that one just landed in here on the near side. Krill having to go to work. Now Christian into it. And it's going to go long. The Bruins take game 2. They're up 2-0 in set number 2.
Not a traditional point there, but, you know, both these teams obviously very good. Good hand-eye coordination. It was quick wrists and
The turn that Andy had to make on that serve, his rag was very high, almost above his face.
yeah,
Didn't really swing at it. More of a defensive position, but
almost like the spin caught him off guard a little bit.
so a nice rally there. Bruins will get game 2. And it is 2-0 here in set 2 as Andy serves now on this game. Double fault.
So that
See some emotion there, and it will be love 15.
this is where doubles could help out Regis here a little bit as his partner goes over to him and tries to pick him back up. Try to have a short memory here, but we'll see.
On court number 2, Nate just thought he had an ace for them to call it out. Upset about that one.
We probably have it on camera.
Oh, just out there for the Bruins, 15 all. A little bit too much from Christian. That will be long.
This is a big mental moment here for Regis.
Double fault there. Now into the net too. Regis having some issues starting a rally. I think it's going to be a game point for the Bruins. Lots of emotion though over there on court number 2. Those boys are very amped up on
Yeah,
Braden and Nate.
There's a reason they're captains, you can tell. They got a lot of energy.
That one long from Christian. Taking a lot of steps to his right. Brought him off the court quite well.
Oh.
A lot of back and forth over there, but man, those guys are staying strong. Ooh, Andy's serve looked to be just a bit long, but it won't matter. The Bruins take game 3, so it's 3-0 now in set 2.
Ooh, a lot of momentum here. Second set, 1-0 Creek. Court 2, and Mare continue to maintain the momentum over there.
So if you look over, yep, there you go. Gus going to the left side. He knew it. You know, Grigor and Andy have talked to their coach quite a few times in between sets and sometimes in between games. But our brothers here on the near side, Christian Kirill, not exercised that option whatsoever. So, you know, just not overthinking it at all. Want to thank Gus Zelinkis for being our camera operator today. He's been doing quite a great job. Softball, or rather tennis, a very hard sport to follow.
Yeah, very hard sport, especially given the camera angle. Traditionally, obviously, most you see is from behind.
From the baseline, yep.
From the baseline. We don't yet have that capability. We potentially might, but Gus is working hard to bring a great camera angle.
So I'm not quite sure what happened over on 3 doubles, but I believe the match is over. But I have reason to believe it went to Cherry Creek.
The body language from Casey Dennis, who's junior Creek kid, seems pretty positive.
He seems pretty amped up, so I think Creek might have taken that one. Anyway, here we go. Game 4 over here on court number 1, 1 doubles. The Kostadinov brothers against Schilling and Karakellen. That one just off to the right. Christian having a great serving day. Excellent return there. And it will be long. Love 15.
It was great joining you momentarily here. I'll hand it back over to Cooper.
Thanks, Weiss. Thanks for joining us. Cooper, what can you tell us about, we think that over 3 doubles has concluded. What else can you tell us about what's going on here overall in these 7 matches?
Overall, I'm not quite sure. I couldn't see anything on the last 2 courts. I'm pretty sure Creek won 3. Yeah, I was really only watching the second court. Who's really starting to pick it up in the second set, or third set, should I say?
Are we on the 3rd set on the second court?
Yeah.
Wow.
Until Regis is getting frustrated and lacking a little bit of confidence. There is, I don't even know who that is, but dumped it in the bottom of the net.
So Love 30 over here, court number 1. Bruins lead it 3-0 in the second set, and there's a double fault. So it is now Love 40.
Really? Okay.
Christian trying to rebound. He's had a pretty good serving day overall. Just has to get something going here in game number 4.
Just got to put that ball in.
And he does. A great return by Andy, however. And he puts that one right into the net. So the Bruins on the board here.
You can tell Andy is frustrated. You know, he hit that beautiful first shot, set him up really nicely for the next play, but the brothers here on the left are just taking advantage of his psyche, you know, giving him too easy of a shot for him to miss.
Braden very, very emotional over there on the second court.
Pretty animated.
Another good serve there from Christian.
Oh, and drop it right low. Perfect.
So from 40 love, we have 40-30 now. Excuse me, 30-40, hypothetically.
Appears as if our 4 doubles might be struggling a little bit down there by the body language, but I'm not quite sure. Just wide.
Out.
Beautifully orchestrated point, though.
So Regis will finally get themselves on the board. They win game number 4, so it's now 3-1 Cherry Creek in set number 2. And on court 2, Braden puts one into the net. Do you know where that game's at right now? We know it's in the 3rd set, right?
Yeah, 3rd set. I think Braden and Nate won the 2nd set 6-1. And they're probably up 3-1 by now. Maybe not, though. A little too much, you know, that guy's giving them those powder puff serves, and instead of, you know, putting them back in a smart way, they're just trying to clobber the ball and just dumping one after the other into the net. Got to be a little bit smarter than that.
Grigor to serve.
And he a little too aggressive, gets caught with the ball behind him. See him speaking towards his sideline a little bit, starting to get pretty frustrated with himself. Can start to feel this match slipping away from Regis here. Beautiful shot on court 2.
So Love 15. Once again, game 5, set number 2. Wow. Justin on the serve. Crow cannot return 15-all.
Creek should really be looking to step up a little bit here. Start to make it feel like Regis is playing to stay alive rather than competing. Step on their throat a little bit.
And they've also been the more aggressive team, you know. Creek has been using a lot more feel. So it's interesting to see that. Hadn't really seen Christian really step into any serves until that last game.
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh.
Wow, that was unbelievable.
think everybody's kind of, you know, it's interesting with these courts lined up like this. People start to feed on each other's energy. You know, Christian and Carell here are not, you know, too hyped up, but you see when everybody starts applauding for the beautiful tennis on the second court, they kind of ramp up a little bit too, hit that ball a little harder, make a play.
I think it's 30-15 for the Bruins.
Damn, Braden. Tough serve to return there, high up on the backhand.
Should be 30-all here on court number 1.
Oh. Oh. Braden really hammering that serve in.
Braden
now
lets out a roar after
making a
that serve.
statement with that. My goodness.
What a beautiful performance they've got going on over there in the third set.
And way to turn it around. You know, I was talking in the beginning about, oh my goodness.
Wow,
Chris, this is a
Carell,
lucky
what
one. Wow,
touch.
what a scoop. I was talking in the beginning about how you got to keep your head up and just not focus on the set before. These guys lost that set 6-0. Come back and they've just dominated since then.
So I believe it's game point for the Bruins. Getting a little bit distracted by that second court, but man, it is exciting over there.
Both a lot of high-paced matches going on.
First serve will be out.
Wonder what's going on that fourth court down there.
Haven't heard a lot, audibly speaking, compared to court number 2. I think the Bruins win yet another game, so it is 4-1 here in set number 2 on court number 2. Number 1,
right
rather.
back.
And now we can give ourselves a look as these teams take a quick break. We can take a look over at two doubles. Braden and Nate seem to be having themselves an afternoon.
They look like they're having fun out there. That only comes when you're winning, so.
So Braden, let's see what he does.
Going big on that serve. Can't blame him. He's been hitting them. Look for him to do something a little bit more tentative this serve. Yeah. Oh, and oh my goodness.
You love to see it. He's very, very amped up.
Beautiful tennis going on by our two doubles team over there. Can tell they're feeling themselves.
They have fought back after that first set.
All smiles out there for Creek. A little bit grumpier on the Regis side here as we see Andy and kind of looking a little morose on this side. We'll say that.
So back here in court, number 1 Carell to serve here. As Bruins lead at 4-1.
Oh. And you know, when you build these leads up, you really get that confidence going. It gives you so much more mobility to do what you want, especially on that serve. You can see Carell really just swinging out on this one now.
It looks like that, you know, Regis is really starting to beat themselves with the amount of times they've hit into the net.
Yeah, I mean, they're not confident. Ball's not going their way right now. They've given up on this match. You can tell.
I think it's 30-all.
Ooh, and a little disrespect now coming from Andy. A little bit of fighting between he and his partner.
Andy
Pretty
is
upset.
the junior. Grigor's the one that lost to Cherry Creek at state last year. You can tell Carell is really starting to feel it. You can tell in his serves.
Yeah, I mean, he's going up for it. Just got to be careful. Hubris doesn't take you down.
He's really stepped it up a notch, though, and 30-15 now. Oh, could it be just out on court
Just
2?
long. Oh, my goodness.
And it will go over the fencing. We'll have to see if we get a camera that can get us to do the baseline shot. We'll have to get Nate and Braden a game before the season's all said and done.
Bad luck there on the first court. Cut the tape a little bit.
30-all now.
Still, Schilling kind of slapping the balls over there. Not really making an effort to give it to the opponents. A little lame.
He seems awfully defeated, even just by the way he's standing.
Let's move
Oh,
up
that
in
one
there.
was long.
It was just long. Oh, and the aggression.
Great
the
return.
aggression there by Christian. Coming across, making sure that ball doesn't even make it anywhere near the baseline.
Should be 40-30 now. Bruins have a chance
No,
to go
they
5-1.
they just won that game.
Oh, see ya.
So Creek is serving for the match now. 5-1 in the second set. Oh, and you can tell Carell slapping him now. They want this thing over, and they want it done in a hurry. Oh.
Wow.
Oh! He just hit an over and back. He just hit an over and back.
That was
Oh my
unreal.
God.
That was unreal.
Did you see that?
Was
Did
that
you
on
see
camera,
the
Gus?
second
Can
court?
we see that?
Over and back.
We'll
They didn't touch the ball. So
We're going to have to see if we can get that one clipped after our broadcast.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Wow, you expect to see that one on Twitter tonight.
Regis had that one laid out. They just let it go right back over.
Wow.
My goodness.
How beautiful.
I wish you could take
And
that
they've
one
got
back.
their hands up. They have no clue what just happened. That is unreal. You don't see that at all every day.
Never. Crazy. It's representative of the day. Oh my, and follow
Those
with
boys
the-
are
oh
feeling
my
it.
Goodness gracious.
You love to see what's going on court number 2.
Oh my goodness gracious. Over and back, man, that never happens.
We're going to need to talk to them about that post game.
Kind of see this Regis section back over here behind the court start to mobilize a little bit.
Whoa.
Good volley there, nothing meant by it.
So over there on court number 4, they are so feeling it. Nate is really feeling great, playing great.
No better feeling in the world, and I'll tell you what, for those Regis guys on that side of the court, there's no worse feeling. Nothing you can do at this point.
Might feel different if it wasn't Nate Hendon, though. A little bit more salt to the wound.
Oh,
Oh,
my
Nate.
goodness. Oh,
Oh,
it's all right.
Braden-
Tough little.
Brandon tried to use a nice touch shot, but man, what a serve there from Nate. All right, back here, matter at hand.
It's wide. Oh my goodness gracious! Nothing can stop him.
Wow, what touch from Kirill. Wow, Nate is feeling it, and
Good return that time.
it's working. He has not missed a first serve in quite a few points.
It's just wide, but I think they'll give it to him.
Well, that will do it over there on court number 2. Nate and Brendan will take it.
Yeah.
And Braden is amped.
Letting it out.
He gives out a cheer to the crowd.
Probably to the displeasure of a lot of the Regis parents here.
Wow, you love to see that
Love
for
to see
Nate
it.
and Brendan. We'll hear from him post game, then we'll have to hear from him in class tomorrow what he has to say. Wow. You'll love to see here as soon as the match is over, the masks are on. Straight back to COVID world.
Yeah. Down to our last match here. Creek looking to close it out.
So it looks like all of our singles matches are still going. But over here on the doubles court, serves out.
Wide. And they're just hitting out now.
Well.
Sounds like we're getting some thunder after all. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the wind.
That one long. So
I'm not even sure what the score is.
I don't know either. I know. Andy serving. It's 5-1. That's really about it. Might be able to hear some band music in the background as well.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, I think we got some type of instruments going on behind us. That or a tornado siren, but I'm gonna go with the first one.
Schilling getting a little close to.
Hits the net, and after the happenings on in two doubles, I lost track. It's still 5-1. That is certain.
Just looking to blast it now.
So double
that'll do
fault,
it.
game, set, match. The Bruins will win it 6-4, 6-1 here over Regis, one doubles.
Let's go, boys.
Our
Good stuff.
Kostadinov brothers take down Andy Schilling and Grigor Karakilin of Regis Jesuit. So now the Bruins have won at least two, maybe even three. I think that we've won three doubles at least.
I'm gonna go check on the other side of the singles courts.
So we'll get a quick check of the singles. So give us a few minutes for that. We'll get a catch-up, and then we'll wrap up our coverage here. So we'll take a quick break. We will be right back. Benjamin Paris back at you. Here, sorry, our camera's a little bit tilted. We're on stairs, but want to thank you for joining us in our very first broadcast of the 2020-21 school year. As you can see, we have a socially distanced broadcast as well all year. Tyler Tolber, our director, this afternoon behind the cameras, Gus Zelinkas. But yeah, thank you for joining us. It is so great, let me tell you, to have sports back. And I wasn't sure when I'd be back here in the booth. Usually we're in the actual booth in Stutler during the fall, but it is so great to be back. It was great to see Cherry Creek win, as always, here on court number 1. But, man, it is real exciting to be back. I know Gus behind the camera. Gus usually plays football. See, if Eileen, then is it normal? So, yeah, I know Gus behind the camera. He usually plays football in the fall. He's a little bit bummed out about that. But this is our first time ever broadcasting tennis live on CCSN. And from what I've heard, it's gone off without a hitch, right, Tyler? No issues here from the tennis courts at Cherry Creek outside. So, it's a season unlike any other. There is no football. There is no soccer, field hockey, volleyball. But it is so exciting just to have sports back. It's exciting to have a community feel. Everyone's wearing a mask. But the fact that we had spectators here, we had 2 rivals, it almost felt like normal. Cherry Creek, Regis, Jesuit. We know Creek's up at least in 3 matches. They won 3 doubles matches. But, man, it is so exciting to be back. We'll be right back with our post-game report. Stay with us. Great music we have as well here on CCSN. We'll be right back. Stick with us. Real quick check-ins, Benjamin Paris again. Creek won all 4 doubles matches, so that's great. Singles are still winning, but that means that Creek wins. So whatever happens in doubles, Creek's going to win at least 4-3. So after Creek wins all 4 doubles matches here on these courts, you could see part of all those games. All 3 singles matches I think are happening. I can't quite see court number 1. I think George Cavo's still over there battling. He's playing one of the best players of the state of Regis. But Creek wins all 4 doubles, so it's a 4-3 day at least. So the Bruins have officially taken down Regis Jesuit in our first broadcast of the year. Tyler, can you think about any better start than beating Regis in our first broadcast? Well, there you have it. We're going to get a full report of those singles matches, but we'll be right back on CCSN. Is it not odd? All right, well, you guys can hear me. You can't see me. Gus, tap on the screen. Maybe the camera link died. Well, it's the voice of Benjamin Paris now. I want to thank you once again for tuning in the first broadcast of the year. Regis Jesuit taken down by Cherry Creek. In this one, our 3 singles matches going on, so follow us on Twitter. Twitter will have post-game interview. We'll have the final score, and we'll tell you what goes on in those singles matches. Also coming up on Twitter, we'll tell you what happened in that final boys golf, the Cherry Creek Invitational, what's happening in softball today. And that's going to do it for today at Cherry Creek. It's great to have you back on the air on the Cherry Creek Sports Network. So it is Benjamin Paris signing off. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on CCSN.